Hi, Deb.
Hiya, Matt. How you doing?
Good. Nuts. Well.
Instead of 3:23.
April 20th. Oh, no, at the end. Hello, hey Deb.
Hiya, Christine.
So are my emails going to your spam?
I'm sorry.
Are my emails going to your spam?
Did you send me something today?
No, the ones from a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you know what? I didn't look in the spam.
I'm thinking, when? I know they.
Have to
But
check.
hi Deb.
Hiya,
Mary,
Mary.
How are you?
Good.
Mary
Yeah.
can't be in person.
Yeah. I know. Well, I bummed computers off of people.
Sure. Why not?
Kathleen has helped me out a couple times and you've helped me out, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there. I'll have my second shot Saturday, so
Oh, great.
after that I'll be a little more confident, I guess, in public.
Exactly. Did you hear from anybody that they're not coming?
Yeah, Tony just emailed at about 6:15. He's not going to be able to make it.
Tony?
He has, yeah, Anthony Bannon.
Okay.
He has a publishing deadline. They just contacted him and
Okay.
something's going on. I said, that's fine. I'll miss you, but that's fine. And then Chuck said he couldn't make it on the 4th, but so I don't know if he just misread the date, or he just mistyped it. But
Oh.
he said he couldn't make it, so
Okay.
we just need, if hopefully Jim and Kathleen will be here.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Kathleen. It's Mary. How are you?
Matt.
I'm in Christine's dining room, not yours.
I was wondering.
How you feeling, Matt? Did you suffer long after your second shot?
I didn't. Tylenol was king.
Hello.
Hi, Jim.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hey,
Jim.
Jim.
Yeah, I found that my symptoms reared their head as Tylenol wore off. So keeping, heavily dosed on Tylenol was key.
Yeah, that's what some people say. Actually, our mailman, he was explaining to me the next day he had a terrible fever, just for a little bit. It spiked and went down, but Tylenol did it, and it took a day, but then he was okay like the next day. So
Yeah, I kind
I
of
had
generally,
nothing at all.
I generally felt off, like odd for about 36 hours or so.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
I never had a fever. I had all the manifestations. Still lethargy.
Dog.
is that your dog, Doug?
The dog is barking in the bed. She hears all the voices. That's the problem. My wife will be home soon to quiet her down. Sorry about that.
She's fine. It's good to have pets are always a good thing.
I guess, maybe.
They are.
So though,
We've had our share of dogs and cats and
oh man.
lizards and gerbils and anything else that could live in a cage in the house.
Oh my God, you're yellow.
He's created in the pantry, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I did not.
Yeah,
One, it loves that window. I mean,
that is so neat.
see. Okay, so we're not gonna have Tony, Jim, but he did email me. If you could contact him, he was looking for codes. I told him I would have you contact him. The digital codes for a few of the photos. He's got somebody who's gonna fiddle
Well,
around with.
He was gonna check and see if he could get better quality prints, okay? And if he can't get those ASAP, I say we just go with the ones we've got and we'll get frames and at least we've got something to hand out. I don't think they were that bad.
Right, no, I agree. Yep, it's a,
Yeah, I think that's good.
we'll cross that bridge in the next couple of weeks. If we don't get something solid in the next couple of weeks, then we'll just have to go with what we have.
Yeah. And they're at the village hall. They're at the village hall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, those are the ones that he's, what's his name? Scanned them and then emailed to everybody. So we've got them. It's just a matter of getting frames around them. And I can go to, whatever, one of the crafts place and get frames.
Yeah, we've got a budget for it. Don't,
I'll go to Hobby Lobby or something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna call a meeting to order.
Okay, sorry about the dog.
No, that's fine. Absolutely, no trouble at all. Little dog, big dog, medium dog. What is
Little
it?
dog, West Highland.
Little dog.
Terrier.
Okay. Did everybody receive the minutes? Well, actually, I'm sorry, Deb, can we do roll call?
Sure. Ms. Hunt,
Here?
Ms. Lowther,
Here,
Ms. Delaney, Mr. Akers,
Excuse,
Mr. Tomorrow,
Here,
Trustee Etu. Trustee Etu.
Here, yep, here.
Miss Palmer, Mr. Stone, Mr. Barrett. Thank you.
thank you, Deb.
I'll be right back in 2 minutes. I got a tip to quiet the dog down. I'll be right back.
Okay. No problem. Deb, the only thing I saw on the minutes was the next scheduled meeting date. It
Mhm.
should have been April 27th, not the 20th. That was the one that we actually moved to today, but originally from
Okay.
those minutes.
That's the 20, did you say the 27th?
Yeah,
Okay. Alrighty, we'll make that change.
thank you.
and that will be at both Village Hall and on Zoom,
What?
that meeting? Which one?
This was the one that was
Oh,
gonna be,
oh,
that we actually moved to today.
Never mind.
Yeah, no, that's.
Never mind.
No, you're good. That's this one. This is the hybrid, the
Okay.
last hybrid. Well, no, I think, no, this is the last Zoom. The next one will be hybrid.
Yeah. I think Chuck still likes to stay home.
He's got a lot of responsibility, yeah. Which, that's fine.
I understand that.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Did you see anything in the minutes, Kathleen? I don't know if you had a chance to.
Yeah, I
review.
saw them. I didn't see anything that, jumped out anyway.
Yeah, I didn't either. Other than that. I'll just wait for Jim and see if. So this was postponed until August.
Yes.
Okay, the dog and the crate have been relocated.
Ah.
My wife's idea. Okay. All right, sorry, where are we now?
We were just reviewing the minutes.
Oh, okay.
There was only one thing that I noticed was the next meeting date from those minutes was incorrect. Did you see anything, Jim, that jumped
No.
out at you?
Looks fine to me.
Okay. Okay. I need a motion then to accept the minutes from the March 23rd, 2021 meeting.
So moved. Second,
All right.
Who made the motion?
I did, Kathleen.
Kathleen? Mary seconded?
that's fine. I second it, but Mary can second it. I defer to Mary. I always defer. I always defer to Mary.
Such a gentleman. Gentleman Jim.
Okay,
All those in favor?
Aye.
I,
Okay. New business, the HPC coloring books. That event has been moved to August.
Yeah,
So-
they did get the train delivered and they've decided to run like a 4-day event and they're gonna do it in August. So they.
What date, Mary?
I think it's the August 26th through that Sunday. So
Okay.
I think it's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so they're doing all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
So it's gonna be then, and I'll have it set up. I'll let you know which day I'm gonna do it, probably on the Saturday.
Okay.
But they're gonna have all kinds of activities down there, so. And celebrate their new engine.
That's
Hmm.
nice.
It's very nice. It might be something that we can go to as a group,
Yeah,
you know, just help hand out the coloring books or something. That would be really neat.
yeah.
Nice to have a presence there as the,
Yeah, if we, why don't we confirm that date so we know for sure? You think it's, what day would you do we doing the talk, Mary?
I'm not sure. It's gonna be, it's probably gonna be that Saturday.
All right, well, just keep us posted, I guess.
Yeah, when I get more information, I'll get you the details, but I want to make sure we still, and Matt, maybe you or Keaton can check. We had a banner made up 2 years ago that we used at the art show, and it said, you still
Yeah.
work preservation. I
Yeah,
want to make sure that somebody is either knows where it is or is looking for it.
I
It's the kind of thing that disappeared from WBA all the time.
think it's,
Yeah, that's right. Never know where the WBA banner is.
Yeah,
we're
Matt's
always
gonna
losing.
find it right now.
I think he's in the village hall looking.
Yeah. It looks like they're
Take it
sealing.
down.
Oh, my God.
There it is.
Nice.
Perfect. If you want to just put it with the coloring books or let Keaton know where it is, so.
What a
Well,
guy.
keep it-
yeah, it's right by, it's right by Eileen's desk here by the door.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can use it
We-
the day we do the presentation.
yeah, we can use it on the 5th too for the table.
Yep.
Great.
So good. Glad you found that. Thank you, Matt.
If you need, whatever your setup stuff is for tables or podiums or loudspeakers or whatever, just give Keaton a list and he'll pass it along to, DPW or whatever to get equipment there in advance of your date.
Great.
Okay. Thank you. All right. we'll do pictures and everything. Okay. Okay, correspondence. We've already been through this pretty much with emails, but I did receive an email regarding a delay in receiving the plaque. So we changed the date for the presentation. And then via email, we discussed moving it to Saturday, June 5th, which we all agreed upon. And Howard is fine with that. Mary had spoken to Howard and he's fine with that. And it's also the farmer's market, first day for the farmer's market. So again, will be really good traffic.
And it's also the day for Earth
Time
Day
again? What time again?
Oh, it's the
and
Earth
Arbor
Day.
Day, Earth Day, Arbor Day.
Yeah, we were gonna do noon.
Noon?
Let me
Okay.
just, I sent you all that copy of like that, like invitation idea, just to get an idea
Oh, that's right. That's right.
in the email. Let me see.
Okay, I'll check that again.
Yeah,
I think noon's a good idea just because, people will be milling around. There'll be more people there, some of the early morning people who
Sure.
go to the market will be, mosey in, and then you'll start getting other people coming through.
Does it make sense to have some kind of microphone or sound system or something?
It
Or will there-
used to have a podium and a sound system down there because they can pretty easily move that by the DPW.
I mean,
Yeah.
if there's so many people there, it might be hard for people to hear us or something.
Well, you get road noise too from Main Street.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
See if they've got some kind of portable
yeah, we'll do
microphone.
something.
We have.
Can you guys see that real quick?
You got something like that, man, in the village?
Yeah. we got-
Okay.
Just let Keith.
So Matt, is Keith the point person on all that kind of stuff?
Keith, yeah.
Keaton, okay.
Yeah, so we'll get all that from Keaton.
Okay.
Are we going to invite,
Oh,
um,
did
anybody-
anybody talk to the town clerk? Does she want to be there? Or is she not interested?
Well, we have to put that invitation out now that we're.
Oh,
confirmed that.
right.
We'll
Because
put
the
that-
photos came from the town.
Yeah, I was thinking we should invite the town.
Yeah, the town clerk's office is the one that manages these photos.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would be great.
I mean, that's who's got the archives. Now, I don't know if she wants to make a big deal about it or not. I think she might be afraid that people are gonna want copies of these things, and that'll cause more work.
Well,
Want me to give her a
they're
call?
part of public records too, and that's part of a job, but I think that if we just, invite everybody from town hall and,
Yeah.
the public's invited, so.
That's fine.
Yeah, we can just put it out for the town hall, for the, the town officials
And the village official.
and the village officials. Naturally, that's
Sure.
of course a given, but, and we'll invite like that. And I didn't know if we should invite, Buffalo Historic, that Christina Litmus, does some of the programs for us and some of the trainings.
It would be nice to send her an email with an invitation and
Yeah.
ask her if she'd like to. attend,
Preservation
because
Niagara.
She's been very,
Preservation Act.
very helpful with us with education and other things.
Mhm. Okay,
And once the people who are being honored, just to let them know to pass the word among their people too, so.
Well, the village has a email address
Mhm.
that we can ask. Those are mostly the volunteers and stuff.
Mhm.
I think you can send that out.
I mean, Christine, did you want to get into that thing today or the next meeting? I mean, it seems like Howard ought to be on the agenda just to, recognize him and thank him for letting us use the thing if he wants to say anything. I mean, I don't know if you want to get into the details of this today, but
we'll do the details in between now and the next meeting,
that's fine. That's fine.
and then we'll put together a little agenda, because, naturally.
Yeah, that's fine.
Howard, we'll thank Howard,
Yeah,
anybody who does come, thank people that have helped us all along with the preservation. It's a very group effort. Am I echoing for you guys?
No.
Am I in?
It's real reverberation.
It's awful. It doesn't, I don't really have a problem.
Yeah, I don't know how to.
It's just as bad. Yeah, well, maybe not as bad. Is that better?
That's fine.
I think. we're just-
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we are.
If there's a phone nearby, that might be part of it.
What'd you say, Kathleen?
If there's a phone nearby that's on, that can sometimes affect the microphone, the audio.
No, there's not a phone nearby. It
Yeah, now
sounds
you're
sounds a
better.
little better. It sounds a little better. Whatever that was, it's gone. Thank you, whoever, whatever that happened. So yeah, we'll work on the agenda for that and get that set up for next time. So now it's gonna be the 5th. One other thing under correspondence, I received an email from Keaton. Matt and I received an email regarding he'd like to put a couple stories in the Bee. He already put something up on the website on Facebook.
Good.
The village Facebook page for National Historic Preservation Month. And that we'll have an event coming in the village. So he put out some, little feeder out there for people, little teaser, whatever he wants to call it. And then he's working with the editor of the Amherst Bee to do a story for preservation and then for the plaque ceremony.
Great.
Okay,
Sounds good.
so that'll be helpful and get the word out there. And then you all did see the invite, right?
Yes.
That
Right.
little invite. Okay, if I'm sure, Matt, did I send you that invite?
I will say no, but that doesn't mean that you didn't, because my email is a mess, so
Okay.
you may have.
It was
Those
just
are
a
what- yeah.
sample, and I'm sure Keaton has something he can use, templates for the village or something, but it's just a sample. It's what we'd like to have on it. Like we circulated it. It's what we'd like to have on it, just the important information and the way to word it. And then it could be emailed to, I'm thinking we're just going to email them. Yes, we're not going to paper
Yeah, I mean,
mail.
we can certainly, we can mail them if you want us to, if it's, you
Oh,
want
you
to be a
could.
little fancier about it.
We could be a little fancier.
Yeah, it's an expense though. It'll come out.
But
of
it
our
is,
budget.
it'll come out
Do
of,
we wanna do that?
Mary, very good, Mary.
Maybe only to the people who are receiving the awards, and so they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
something like that, and then they can use it for their purposes too, to
Yeah.
scan it or.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can, so again, just, email that to Keaton. He'll even have it printed on like, extra fancy cardstock or something so that it's, a little nicer, and
Okay,
He can put it in those nice folders, can he? Those paper folders?
like, kind of like the proclamation folder kind of thing.
Yeah, like those presentation things.
Yeah,
I'm sure you
sure.
got them at Village Hall.
sure.
Yeah, that would look nice for the people who are getting them.
and then the rest we'll just email to, we have a list of emails, or I can provide it if we need to, but you have, well, it's village
Committees and.
committees and everybody. Just so
Yeah.
they know what they want to.
Sure.
And get the
Yeah.
emails for like the town officials too.
Yes. Mhm. Okay. That's everything under that. Anything else under new business? Anybody? Mary, did you have anything?
Mm,
No.
Okay, move on to old business. Matt, any update to the proposed sale of the village meeting house?
Oh,
Was that a no?
that was a no.
Okay.
Okay.
So we haven't heard from the town?
Nothing more than what, the mayor had announced last week. I think there was some conversations in town, still their legal counsel. It's just, in bureaucracy mode.
Okay, thank you. The preservation of the mural inside the Bank of America. Tony didn't make any contact yet. Well, there's been no contact made yet. So that's something that we discussed at length at the last meeting. If we're going to do something like that, we need to get the documentation supporting it before we can nominate it. So Tony was going to go there with a curator, but I think he's not been that as available as he thought he would be with his deadlines for publishers. So we'll work on that. That'll continue to be a work in progress. And there was one other thing that wasn't in here, was and Matt, I don't know if you can give us a little information on the decision on the wall. That was, I know Mary went to the meeting. Who else went? Chuck?
Chuck was on. the
Chuck was
Zoom.
on Zoom. So Tony was wondering if he was just interested in hearing what had gone on with that. So I don't know. I guess I can just refer him to the Zoom meeting from the board meeting for
Yeah.
that.
That's the best thing to do.
Yeah. And then he can catch up and see that, what happened with that. One really quick question for you, Matt, and I don't know if this is procedure or policy, but I was a little thrown back by Keaton's email to the HPC that we had to wait to see if there was going to be room for any of our members, and then we would have to sit in the hall if there wasn't. And I was really thrown off by that because we're tax-paying residents before we're volunteers.
No,
So-
it's because of the social distancing rules and the attendance at the meeting. The room we have to, like, we've been trying to do this with like a ticket system so that we know what the attendance will be in person and then have the appropriate number of chairs. And we know that the room can only hold so many people. I don't remember the number, but then the point is that if, let's say that number was 10. If 15 people showed up, then the only thing we could do is put that next 5 people either in the hallway or in the room across the hallway or whatever to meet the social distancing guidelines.
Right.
Well, I think Matt, that I don't know. I think that Christine was saying, I sort of had the same opinion. If I needed to be at a meeting, I certainly am a member of the general public, and then I'm also a member of the committee. And I think that was, I think, something. And then the other thing was when apparently there weren't as many tickets as they thought, that the close off time is 2 o'clock. I would have gone if it hadn't been 2 o'clock because I didn't think I'd be able to be there before, on time because of another commitment I had. So I think that's part of it. And then, how would everyone, I think there needs to be an understanding of how people would be able to hear what was going on in that meeting. If we were in the hall and we were all 6 feet apart and practicing social distancing, because as we all know, it didn't work for the elections. Everybody was on top of each other. Just so that people would be able to hear what was being said or be able to know when they may be able to make a comment, either by walking in and speaking or, whatever. I mean, I know it's a very difficult thing, but I think that it was the wording that I think through, if Christine and I both thought the same, I just think that it was confusing.
It was the wording. It was the wording that we had to wait until all the general public was able to get a ticket before we were going to be able to get a ticket. And if not, we would be the overflow. If the room filled up, we'd be the overflow specifically.
And I think because the couple that had requested an in-person meeting, that's where another disadvantage came in, that, you know, that there would be the two of them. And if we knew what the agenda was, or if there was a suspension of rules or something, that, you know, we could take care of this in an immediate action if we didn't need to be there for other things, or specifically other things. So I think that it was just, it was definitely the wording that I think caused confusion and misunderstanding.
It
Okay,
did.
did you attempt to get clarity from Keaton when you got that email?
It,
No, I did not, because I just
It was pretty clear.
thought
in
it
the
was
email.
pretty clear what he said, and I
I mean,
didn't need any clarification.
yeah, it was a pretty strongly worded message.
It was very,
you know,
very strongly worded. It was,
to the point where it was almost insulting. You know, so it's, if I interpreted it, I don't know, you know, I mean, I know how the things, you know, the meeting work, but at the same time, you know,
I guess what it made me think of was, if there was gonna be a decision on a traffic issue, would traffic and safety committee have to wait till 2 p.m. to get it?
Oh, the echoing was terrible. Sorry. What did, I heard decision and then I missed the last.
It's really bad echo.
it's, everybody's looking up.
Jim, why don't you try putting yourself on mute?
Okay. Let's see.
I have a feeling that maybe it's not. I thought it was you. I thought it was your, oh, now see, now it's not echoing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's you, Jim.
it's something in your system.
Something in your system is causing that echo, because when you're not muted, we're not getting the echo at all.
Okay, yeah, come back. Sometimes you leave and come back, and it's better, and it is
Yeah,
better.
come back and see if
He
it-
did. He's good.
Okay.
We're good. Sometimes you just gotta, it happens all the time. I'm sure you're
Oh.
familiar with that.
or if you have
From-
your phones plugged in sometimes too.
Because it happens all the time when we're on team meetings.
It's better.
Yep. Anyways, we were just saying that if it is across the board, that all committees, you know, if it's something pertaining to their committee that they have to wait, I would understand that, but it just seemed unusual that it went to just HPC, to be honest. Does it go out to everybody? Like I said, if there's a traffic decision coming, does traffic and safety committee have to wait? I don't know. Do you know that, Matt?
Well, so, you know, none of those other committees have public hearings.
That's true.
True.
So that was directed to HPC because it was a public hearing directly related to you. And I think he was attempting to make it clear that we're trying to we're juggling as best we can this hybrid model of having people in person, having people on Zoom, and that, you know, we're providing, I guess, I don't know that I even read the email completely or nearly as literally as you guys did, but I'm assuming that it was probably saying, like, we're going to offer deference to the general public who may be interested in attending the public hearing and give them first dibs on the seats for the public hearing. And then should there be spillover, the accommodations would be made wherein we would have essentially set up Zoom for the conference room across the hall so that there could be additional seating, additional viewing, and additional attendance. And then how we handled opportunities to come to speak, whether you're speaking on Zoom or you're coming into the room, those are bridges we'd cross when we had to, but we didn't have to.
Matt,
Right.
maybe in the
We should-
future, one of the things I know the town boards used to do when I was involved in town government is they would hold over a hearing to the next meeting. And that
Oh, yeah.
gave people opportunities to contribute additional comments prior to the village board taking a vote. That maybe in the future, that's the thing to do.
Well, Jim, too, it's a good idea, this being the zoning board of appeals, though. You know what's on the agenda, and perhaps if there had been a list of when the items that were being discussed were put in order, that may have been a help. Yeah, so it's just.
We
you know,
had a
I
board.
know it's a difficult thing, and I really do appreciate that, but the way that it was phrased, you know, it was like,
Just hold over the meeting to the next meeting, and then people that had got an opportunity to speak can offer
Mhm.
written comments.
Well, the
Or-
mayor very strongly felt that she wanted a vote that night, if you
Yeah.
recall, Matt.
the other thing is too, we really don't know. I mean, we're saying that all the meetings are open, but you're still going to be restricted by the number of people who are there. And that also doesn't provide for people who don't have access to Zoom or, you know, I mean, there are just a lot of things that.
And if they reduced it, the distance is now 3 feet, right? Not 6 feet.
No.
That's just for schools.
For schools, that's just in schools, public schools. well, any school.
And inside, you know, masks for.
I'm not commenting anymore on this.
Matt, you should have written the email. What you said was very well put. The spillover, set up Zoom in the
Yeah.
conference room. That would have been a really acceptable way of
Yeah.
reading it.
Yeah.
So,
Because we
you're-
could have been accommodated that way, because I think that the other thing is, you know, these individuals came to speak directly to us. And, you know, we were able to have Chuck and Mary express what the intent is. But, and there's no, you know, it wasn't like we were going to be group attack or anything else, but just to hear them and give them a fair hearing, you know. 'cause,
Well, keep in mind, that HPC already held a public hearing on all
Right.
of these, things, and
I
they
know.
already had the opportunity to do that.
But the zoning board of appeals also, you know, we can talk to them too, you know. So I just think that a richer or fuller email with an option other than just, you know, we have to have the general public first before we have you. And I'm sorry, but I am the general public. I pay your salary, you know, so.
yes, yeah.
I'm glad I'm paying yours. That, you know, it's not something I would want to do, you know, full time. It's a horrible job, I think. But I think that they, you know, were, you know,
The wording could have been better. Let's leave it at that.
so thanks for listening anyway. But
Yeah, thanks, Matt. All right, we'll move on to the photo project. Did the larger sizer look good? There's the question on that, and Tony's not here. Did we see the larger sizer, Jim? Did you see the larger?
Yeah, my sense was the larger ones weren't any more grainy than the smaller ones. Okay, that you didn't really lose much by the larger ones. Now, what I'll do within the next, say, week or so is I will contact Tony and I'll get a definitive answer from him as to whether he knows of somebody that he thinks can improve the image. And if within a week he hasn't gotten back to me, I'm going to suggest that we just go with the ones we have. And I can go to Hobby Lobby and get frames. The issue, I guess, we can do it by email, is 8x10 or 11x16. I mean,
14 or 16?
what?
11 by 14 or 11, is it 11 by 14 or 16?
Maybe it's 11 by 14, 11 by 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to nail him down and we'll get it set within a week as to whether he has somebody that can enhance it. If so, what's the cost, all that kind of stuff. And within a week, I'll set a deadline for myself for a week to nail this down, and I'll keep all you guys posted by email. And then if we, if he doesn't have anybody that can make it look better, then Keaton's got the prints. It's just a matter of getting frames, and there you go. Now, yeah, okay, he wanted an address on, yeah, I can do that. He wanted an address on the photo. I can work on superimposing that on there, so.
it's just courtesy of the town.
Yeah, actually, I'll tell you what, I'll write up a possible label and then I'll run it by you guys. That's right. Kathleen's got a good point, courtesy of the Town of Amherst Archives, but also the address. And maybe the date too,
Okay.
1955, so.
Oh, yeah. that would be
It's
great.
easy. Yeah.
I'll come up with a caption, I'll run it by you guys, see what you think. But
Okay, great.
I'll give me a week and I'll get hold of Tony and we'll nail this down.
Okay,
Okay, sounds good.
thanks, Jen.
4, we've already really talked about. We did already talk about house number 4. Deb, just draw a little arrow for all those notes down by number 4.
Okay.
So we'll talk and then get anything we need, tables or whatever. Come back. Okay. Then the village board, Mac, can the village board recognize the historic preservation at the next board meeting? I know we talked about this before.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Were they gonna do that like at the next meeting?
Next meeting's coming up on Monday. I actually have to put stuff on the agenda, so that's a good reminder. I'll tell them to do it.
Okay, great, thanks. And then Keaton already took care of number 6. I think he was reading my mind here.
Hey, Jim, can you mute?
Okay, here.
Okay, is this better?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Deb, did you get all that? I'm sorry. You
Yeah.
must be like going, what are they talking? Sounds like the teacher from Charlie Brown.
Yeah, you were talking about, can the village board, make recognition at the next village board meeting? And Matt said, yes, they'll take care of it.
Perfect. Okay, then number 6 is pretty much done. Keaton is going to contact the bee. And the spring event. So that's good. 7 is the plaques with photos, if one is available. And I think we had one available for everything, but and presented at the spring event. I'm putting it in there as the spring event. So I just want to make sure. Eagle House, yes?
Yeah, here's the thing about the Eagle House photograph. If you looked at that photograph, it really doesn't show much of the Eagle House. It's very difficult to, if you stare at the photo, you can figure out what, because the sign doesn't really show it well. Of all the photos, I think that's the one that's least illustrative of the structure. So, and we could give it to them, but it's amorphous kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But you get a little sense of it.
all right,
I
we'll
think.
still give it to them. All right.
It's what we have.
Do we have a representative from Bank of America who's going to be there?
We do not. Matt, the property owner, did they say they were going to be there?
I
Selling,
don't know. I confirmed with, I mean, I guess I kind of took it for granted, but I mean, I confirmed with Judy that 8 of the 10 plaques have been ordered. That we didn't have confirmation from property owners for Devolio or Newberry Salads.
right, and then, right, because it was Newberry Salads, but it wasn't the property owner.
Right. And I don't know, but I know that the property owner was very adamantly opposed to the designation. So they might be like totally nonplussed at the idea of getting a plaque. So they may just be boycotting.
Yeah,
But, and
We could
then,
get somebody from Newberry.
what's that?
We could get somebody from Newberry. They're the tenant.
Yeah, but we don't have permission to mount to their building.
yeah, we
I
can't
see,
affix
okay.
anything to the building.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Newberry was all over it. They were happy. Apparently with
Yeah.
Polio, Dan was happy to accept it, but Dave Sutton was less so. So Judy's gonna follow up with those two and see if they can come to a consensus. And apparently there is an order has been placed for a total of 12 plaques. So there is up to another 4 addresses that could be added, but those will not be produced in advance of the event.
Right, well, we're only gonna do 4 at the event,
Oh,
for this
okay.
first event. Yeah, we're the Eagle House, because we have those photos. Those,
I
we
see.
concentrated on those photos. And DeCamillo's, we have DeCamillo Gym, right? Nod your head, yep. And then Bank of America, if the representative is available. If not, we have more, Pat. If they were a yes, right? The owner,
I believe so.
so we could do that. And then, of course, the Mill Red House. And
Right.
that would be Howard.
Yeah.
So,
But that means we need a picture of more Pats. If we aren't gonna do Bank of America.
yeah,
I don't know that we're gonna get a representative from Bank of America.
I know.
Yeah, because
There,
there's,
there is no picture for Morpeth, just so you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's surprising.
that's funny for the little blocks there. Well, like, was it a private residence then, Mary?
They didn't do, well, most of the photos they did were Main Street. They
Okay.
didn't get into too much commercial.
No.
So
Yeah,
there
I
could
mean,
have
I've
been,
got some for side streets, but I just don't have Rock Street and street and stuff.
yeah,
No, no.
in
Okay.
spring.
well, if we have those, we'll put them in with our, you know, if we don't have it, we don't have it.
Yeah, if we don't have it, we just did the plaque.
Yeah.
And then
Do we have a date for the plan? For them to be delivered?
Matt, tentative date for delivery is the 22nd, right? Or the 21st. That was what Judy had counted
Yeah,
in
she
the
said,
email.
she said this afternoon that it was reportedly 5 to 7 weeks from the date of order. And that officially, like, the day of the event is like the end of week 7 or something. So.
But
believes they'll-
back on April 4th, I thought she said she ordered them already,
She did.
April 4th. Okay. So April and May, that's 8 weeks, end of May. So I'm thinking end of May. So she says
Yeah.
the date is June, or is it May?
It's May. I mean, I guess that it's, that 7th week is the end of May, which is
May,
also
okay.
the first week of, June. It's what, no matter what, it'll work out is the point.
Okay.
Okay,
We're gonna go with that. I'm open. All right, yeah, as long as that she hasn't heard anything on any delay, or that they should be fine.
and do we know which ones she actually ordered that are coming in this batch?
Well, I don't know it rattling off the top of my head. I'm sure I could find the email.
Well, I'm just saying, because if we can't get a hold of anybody from Bank of America and we go to our second string, so to speak,
Yeah.
are we going to have a plaque for them? I
I
just want to
think
make
so.
sure we don't
Let
look
me just
silly.
see. Yeah, I have it in an email.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
You can update us on it.
Yeah, I have it in an email, so I'll pull that email up.
I
If
gotta
it,
do a little research. I thought there were 4 photos. Now I'm drawing a blank. Eagle House, DeCamillo's, Bank of America. There was another one I thought. But now I can't remember which one.
the
dojo.
Howard's Place at the Mill, the
Yeah, the dojo.
dodo, yeah.
No, there's no picture of that. There was something else on Main Street.
Oh, AirQuest, was that it?
Which one?
Was AirQuest, or did that already go to them?
Oh. It wasn't Williamsville Liquors, was it? No.
You had a picture of that, but I don't know if that's the one that
Yeah, I can't remember. I'll find out. I think there's a
Okay,
4th one, but
I've got the list here.
I can't find my email.
Okay, so of the 12 owners that she sent letters to regarding the plaque, she'd received a total of 8 confirmed yeses that they would like a plaque. The unknowns were Newberry, Tesori, Devolio. Uh, Currently, there are 12 ordered. This was April 21st. Once we placed the order, they said 5 to 7 weeks. May 21st is 5 weeks from the order submission. They cannot guarantee that they will be in by that date. However, we did ask 60 East Spring Street to be delivered by that date, so at least we have one to show and present to Howard, she says.
Is it the plaques or the imprint of the small batch of the plaques? Because that could be the other thing. We don't need all 12.
Are we giving one to the new brewery on Main Street?
To Brightsmith?
Yeah, Brightsmith?
No,
No.
Okay. I don't know which. I'll look and find out. There's a fourth one, I'm sure.
no, they changed that building so much.
Yeah, okay. Never mind.
I don't know. I'm not finding it.
I'll let you know. I gotta make a note to myself. I got one of the red, the Howard's water mill, but in 1955, it's identical to what it's now.
Well, that's interesting.
document.
Thank goodness.
It looks identical.
Was it the building that was moved to the property in 49?
No, I can't remember, Mary. I've got to look it up. I'm trying to find it on my email and I can't find it.
Okay.
You have the liquor store as a sample photo, Jim, but I don't know if that was one that,
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe I just sent that out just as a sample.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll let you know.
Okay, guys, I just found an email, the current, 4 current plaques from March 25th from Judy. 78 East Spring Street, D. Camillo's, Bank of America, East House. So 78 East Spring Street, Morpeth.
Mhm.
So those were the 4 that she already had. And the 8th additional, she was gonna send letters. And we already had them settled. So those were the ones we were actually gonna go with. In March.
That's fine.
And that's,
Maybe
that's what we have right now. If
maybe
we-
there's only 3. Maybe there's only 3.
That's what we have right now. If we add the mill house, the mill red house, which we should, just even if it makes it 5, we should, just for because Howard is, hosting. And I'd like to get a little recognition for him while he's there.
Sure.
So those are the ones that we're looking at and that we're working with now.
Okay.
The other ones go to number 8, our next event.
Mhm.
Well, I was thinking maybe we should do like a summer fall thing. In this event, we could do a fall, early fall one if we can pull it together, depending on how this one goes. Matt, what do you think?
Sounds great.
Don't you think it'd bring some attention to, the village and just keep the business owners getting recognized, till we get them all completed?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of a goal. And then in 2025, when those pictures, that should be our goal, because that's 70 years after those pictures were taken. And then we can do a big 70th anniversary of Main Street.
Sure.
I don't know, I think it's, something just to keep the momentum going so we can keep people interested in it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What do you guys think? Momentum?
That's fine. I mean, this isn't directly related to our commission, but just so you know, because I worked in archives for so long, October is New York State Archives Month. So if you wanted to do this thing in October, you could tie it into that.
Wow, yeah, that's a great
The
idea.
State Archives put stuff on their website in Albany about what events are going on. The whole month of October is New York State Archives Month. I used to do all sorts of stuff with local governments. I used to do all sorts of things. So, I mean,
You
just,
can get, you know, other archival organizations like MIRAC, New York State Archives Conference, you know, they all put this stuff out there. And
I mean, in the
people
month of
really
October,
drive-
there'll be a
Yeah.
lot of historic institutions doing stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
So
neat.
it'd Be a good opportunity to, you know.
Yeah, very good opportunity.
Great.
If this one goes well and we have, I don't know, 7 or 8 the next time, then we'll do a few more. And if we can do it at the mill, we do it at the mill. If we move it around, do it somewhere else, we do it somewhere else, depending on the weather, of course.
Yeah, if you want to do it in October, just if we want to do it in October, let me know and I will contact my contacts at State Archives in Albany. Make sure they put it on their website and they'll get it on regional.
Yeah, Jim, I can get that on, you know, just like that. I'm on every day. I had discussions with them, you know, just today.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I know the people down there, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's great. Hey, the more people, you know, bringing it to their attention,
the other,
we know it'll get out there.
yeah, the other thing, DIPSNY as well, because that goes all out to New York, you know, every place in New York for the
Yeah, that's true too.
documentary heritage, documentary historic preservation. You know, New York State.
Okay, good.
Great.
Excellent. All right. Anything else under old business? Let's just get those plaques in. Matt, if you could let me know as soon as those come in. Or even if they start to trickle in, I would really appreciate it.
I'll let Judy know.
Yep, and then we can just do, we'll get the photo idea solidified and figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, within
Jim,
the next week, look for emails from me once I talk to Tony and I'll send you out a possible caption. You guys can kick it around and see.
Okay, excellent. And then if you need help with putting them in the frames, matting them or whatever, getting stuff, I can give you a hand with that.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. And then I'll send you the list, Matt, again, I'll send you that, whatever that list for the committee request form that I had. Just so that you have it on file and whatever we're gonna need. And we'll be in touch. I'll send you that invitation too, Matt, just so you get an idea. It's just the way we'd like it worded.
Okay, great.
Can I bring up one other thing before we adjourn?
Sure.
Yeah, man, I'm just curious, refresh my memory. Okay, so the village board disagreed with us on this stone wall designation. The other stone walls that we designated, did the village board vote on those?
Yes,
And so they agreed with us on those, right?
it was a mix.
Okay, I'm just wondering, if the village board is just going to ignore us or going to, take our recommendations sometimes. Did they agree with us on some of them anyways?
It did.
Okay.
Generally speaking. Can you, sorry, it's echoey again. Can you mute?
I'll mute and you talk.
So in broad general terms, with regards to the Stonewall nominations, or stone features, as it were, generally, the trend in that batch of nominations was, since each one of those individual features was unique and discrete to an individual private residence property and not a commercial property, the trend was that the board deferred to the property owner. So if the property owner was in favor of the nomination, it was granted. If the property owner was opposed to the nomination, it wasn't. That's not a hard and fast rule. It's not a 0 and 1. But it is, if you look at the record, you'll see that in general, that was the trend in this batch of nominations. It's not I want to be very clear, and I'm going to be somewhat blunt in my language, so you're going to have to forgive me, but you do need to understand that this is not personal, and it has nothing to do with a question of your qualifications or your motivations or anything. You guys have a job to do, and you're doing it. The village board also has a job to do, and it's attempting to do that as well. And so sometimes those efforts align and sometimes they do not. You don't win them all. I will say that as far as the Village of Williamsville Historic Preservation's record on nominations and landmarking, you have a fairly spectacular track record. I think you have a better than 90% success rate at getting landmarks designated, which there are other HPCs who literally are ignored by their boards and have never even met their liaison, much less attend every meeting. So it's important to separate the business from the personal here. And in this case, particular to the issue at Garrison, for me, as I said, and I think it was even in the paper, I was somewhat conflicted on the right way to fall on this, because on one hand, it is a unique feature to the village. There is virtually nothing else like it. On the other hand, it is on private property. Those private property owners are only the second people to own that property. The previous property owner loved that wall and took care of it. The current property owner loves that wall and takes care of it. And quite frankly, my general belief is that the next people who buy that property are going to do it potentially in large part because of that stone wall, because it is unique, because it does change the character of their front yard. And they live, it's on Garrison, which is a fairly loud street, and probably offers a great deal of sound deadening. So do I fear the future? Absolutely not. Do I think that the next property owner is going to intentionally back a pickup truck into that wall? No. Would it be unfortunate if it happened? Absolutely. The other part of it is that the nomination form, again, this is my opinion, the nomination form was prepared with support from the original intensive level survey, and that was built off of the reconnaissance level survey. Neither one of those documents categorically defines the construction date or the significance of the mason. Both suggest that it might have been built by the same individual who built Dream Castle. The dates of the property also conflict with the lifespan of that individual. So there was not a lot of credence given to one out of the 2 points upon which the nomination was made. So the stronger the nomination, in my opinion, the better the argument. So, for me, that's why I was conflicted on this, because I didn't necessarily perceive the threat, though I do understand the value. And, in other cases, like along North Ellicott, one of the women came out and was like, I love my wall. I'd be happy to have it nominated. I think it's spectacular. Let's do this. And it's like, why say no to that?
Okay, I don't take it personally, man. I just wanted to refresh my memory as to were any of these that we recommended approved, and that's fine. You're right. Some you get, some you don't get. I just wanted to make sure that we were having some impact.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt.
Okay, I'm good.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks for the
Yep, thanks, Jim.
explanation.
Thanks,
Joe.
Matt.
It's more in depth than we had gotten.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you, everybody. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, one more thing. I just
Okay.
remembered, I'm sorry. I was contacted by an architect that I know who is interested in throwing his hat in the ring to be a member of the committee. However, as I explained to him, he is not a village resident. He lives just across the line in Cheektowaga, but he still sent me his resume to throw his hat in as a resource officer. So I got to forward that off to you guys. And if you guys want to just take a look at it, and if you're interested in having him come on as a resource officer, then we can go through the volunteer application process.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. All right, now I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll move motion. Move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so moved, approved. Good
Okay,
night.
Night, everybody.
We'll see you in person next time.
Yep.
Thank you, Deb.
Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. You guys still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got the next meeting. We were gonna have it on the 18th because of the function being on the 22nd. We don't need to do that. You want to move it to the following week so we're not meeting in 2 weeks?
Yeah, just keep it on the original date.
Well, Matt, we've got youth. The youth group is meeting. Youth and Culture is meeting that night.
When do you want to
Youth
have
and
it?
Rec. I saw Youth and Rec was on there for that night, and I don't know if they want to have 2 meetings at the Village Hall.
Oh, yeah, so you would be on the 25th normally.
Right.
Wait a minute. Talking May, right? 25th of May. Okay.
Right, that was our original
Oh,
date. But now Youth and Rec, I don't know if they usually meet then, or it just, they just.
I don't
pull-
either. Well, let's, I mean, you guys are a decision-making board. Personally, I think you get deference. Youth and Rec could always meet in the pavilion in Island Park.
You want to do it on 26th instead?
Or you could do it the 26th, which is open on
You
the
could do
calendar.
it the 26th if you want, because that's, and I did see it's open.
Yeah,
That
it is.
Wednesday's open.
Why don't we do it on the 26th?
Okay,
Yeah. Okay, so the 26th.
All right.
all right.
Sorry,
Um,
Deb.
May 26th is
Just
the
when you
next
thought-
meeting.
So May 26th, yeah. That's when you thought you were off the hook.
Going to be by Zoom again? I mean, is that what we're going to be doing still?
No,
We're
it's
gonna-
gonna be in person.
We're gonna be in person. We'll do both. It'll be hybrid. If you can't make it in person, we'll still have Zoom.
All right.
Like, all right,
I'll
It's
try to be in
7.
person this time.
yeah, 7
Okay.
PM. Okay,
All right, very good.
26th. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everybody.
Okay, good night now.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Deb.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Glad I thought of that. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
almost forgot.